Okay, hi there, it's Suitonia of eveiseasy. This is a video of me flying a Ferox in 00 solo, and a lot of people are asking for battlecruiser content, so I tried to get some for you. So this is going to be sort of in a full roam style, but not really. I did actually lose 5 Feroxes, and you're going to see all my Ferox losses. And I just want to talk about roaming in battlecruisers versus frigates, and the fit on my Ferox isn't that good. I wouldn't recommend it. By that I mean it hasn't been optimized at all, and I think there's a lot of ways I can make this fit better. I haven't really played around with EFT in it. I mostly just wanted to get a Ferox fit that had 7 neutron blasters and 3 mag stabs with a Microwarpdrive. So the fit I'm using has 3 mag stabs and then max neutron blasters. Then I've got shield resistant rigs and 2 large shield extenders. Mostly what I want is just as much DPS as possible, then just some buffer tank. I think if I swap one of the large shield extenders for an auxiliary booster, that might actually be a lot better. But you saw me looking at the map earlier, and what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find an area of space where there's a few people active, but I don't want to go into a HQ system because there's a very good chance that I'll get blocked. But just travelling in the Ferox right now, battlecruiser warp speed is so bad. Anyway, you'll see some cool tricks in a second. So I'm in warp to this gate, D06N, and I see that local's gone up by +1, then +1 again. So I'm kind of hoping that there's like a small gang that's coming through on this gate. And right now I'm still in warp. I think I'm alt-tabbed at this point because travelling in a battlecruiser is so bad. But you'll see there's a Gamma on scan, and I land on gate with a Gamma. So what I do is I jump, and local goes up again by +1, and you see it actually came from the gate I was on because there's a second gate fire. But there's no one in here, and the Gamma followed me. So what I'm trying to do is trying to align and see if the Gamma will attack me and if something else will attack me, but he immediately disrupts me, so that tells me that he's interested. First I just get on the gate to see what the other guy is flying. And I'm pretty confident that I'm not going to, there's not a gang on the other side because there's only 2 new people and it was a big system. Because the nearest gate is actually 23,000 kilometers, which is really short, but it's actually long towards the gate that a lot of people would come from, which is 57 AU. So see here there's a vagabond on here, and what I want to do is try and just get on top of him at 0. And using gates is a great tool for this. When you're in a slow battlecruiser like the Ferox, you probably want to try and fight around gates because you can try and spawn. When you jump into people who are trying to catch you, because you'll spawn like 12 or 15 kilometers from them, you can very easily get an overheated web and scram straight away on them. But you'll see the vagabond here is actually he actually spawned on the opposite side, but the Gamma's at 0, so I attempted to just go on him and scram him, but he actually jumped as soon as I decloaked, which was annoying, and I'm looking at the vagabond, but he starts burning away, so I just go for the gate instead. What the vagabond and the Gamma obviously want to do is they just want to kite at me at 30 kilometers, use the Gamma's long range overheated point range to just keep me tackled, while the vagabond can just do DPS to me with his fall off bonus with barrage. I know that this is a long range kiting vagabond because I saw he disrupted me, so I know it's not a brawling vagabond, which could probably kill me, to be honest. Anyway, the vagabond's playing a bit weird, like he was continually burning off the gate. So what I plan to do here, because I know he's just going to burn off, I warp to another gate, and what I want to try and show them is that I want to try and pretend that I'm scared of them. The worst thing that can happen to me is from this Gamma and this vagabond is if they tackle me away from a gate or something like that. And that's what I don't want to have happen. So up to this gate, and I see the vagabond is following me, so he is interested. And he did burn away from me twice, but I know that, you know, if I keep playing them, maybe there's an opportunity that I can pick up here. And you saw local went up by 1 here as well, and there's two other pilots in local here. I don't know what they're in, but there wasn't anything on the directional scanner. So I just go back to the gate and see if the Vagabond is going to aggress me at 0. And I do start going towards him, but then I notice that he's burning away, so, you know, I jump again as well. And we see a Tengu on scanner there as well, so there's also a Tengu coming in. So what I do is I line to another gate and I warp off, and what I'm trying to do is just keep warping to try and... what I want to do is I want to kill the Vagabond, and by constantly warping away and like forcing them to try and catch me, hopefully he'll make a mistake. Like if he sits on the gate at 0 and tries to point me to stop me from warping off, I can get a scram and web on him and kill him. And I can do the same to the Gamma as well, to a lesser extent. If the Gamma's just waiting on the gate at 0, there's a good chance that I can probably get a heated scram and point on him. And I jump into here now, there's quite a lot in local, and there was actually +2 in the other local. And the Gamma's following me. What I want to do is just reapproach this gate, because for one, I don't really want to fight in the system, because there's a lot of people in local. And the second one, I thought I could get a scram web on the Gamma here, but he was playing safe again. So I just jumped. But yeah, I don't want to fight in the system because there's too many people in local. And when you're in a battle cruiser, you can't split up gangs or escape nearly as well as you can in a frigate. So I see that there's a Tengu on the other side, but he actually jumps. So I'm able to get away from him. And I figure this might be a good chance to get on the Vagabond. Like if he goes for me here, I can get a scram and a web on him. But he doesn't engage me. I think he realizes that. He just yellow boxes me and he doesn't attempt to scram me. So what I do is I line a line so I can warp off if something jumps into me. But I know that the Gamma's aggressed, the Tengu isn't. And you can see the Tengu comes back into local now. But what I do is I warp to planet 1, just because it's an obvious planet. And this gives me a bit of time to repair my modules as well. And you can see that the Vagabond and the Gamma's back in local again. But I warped to 0, and I think that this Tengu is actually a cloaking Tengu, I'm not too sure. And I can definitely all in and kill a Tengu if it follows me to the planet at 0. I'm sort of just trying to find a quiet system, but I noticed the Vagabond has also came in. So I think the Tengu told them that I warped to the planet 0. But unfortunately for me, the Vagabond comes in at range, and the Gamma actually lands on top of me, which is the wrong thing to land on. So I'm actually in a bad situation here, and the Tengu decloaks 50 kilometers away. So what I do is I put my drones on the Gamma, and I'm hoping, what I want to do is I want to get away from this Tengu. I know that this Tengu is the cloaking Tengu, so he doesn't have the heavy missile velocity bonus, and you can see right now that his missiles aren't actually reaching me. So what I want to do is try and burn away as far as possible, but then come back in and get a slingshot on the Vaga. And I'm actually almost get it right there. I probably could have done that if I reacted a bit faster to him. But I wanted to make sure I'm definitely out of heavy missile range of the Tengu. And the Tengu also, I noticed, only has an afterburner in this fight. And what the Gamma's doing right now is he's shooting my drones. And this is something I didn't really... You can't really stop it because I think he can he two-shots my drones, but it's actually pretty good for me because it's wasting 10 volleys from the Gamma, which is actually quite a lot of DPS. What happens is the Vagabond actually just brawls me down. I think he got greedy when he saw that I was going down. And my shields are pretty low, so he just went in on me. But the Ferox actually has quite a lot of hit points in armor and structure because it is a battle cruiser. So I'm able to just all in him pretty fast. And one of the reasons why I think he was baited in a bit is because I was taking damage from the Tengu for a while because of where I was burning to. But then I stopped taking damage because his missiles weren't reaching me. And I noticed local's gone up quite a bit by now. So it's possible more people coming, and the tank actually warped off and tried to come back in, and the Gamma, but because I was constantly moving, he landed outside heavy missile range again. And right now what I'm trying to do is trying to get away from the Gamma. I noticed he didn't have MWD on for a while, so I actually got 35 kilometers away from him. So I almost got out of range of him. And the Gamma's unfortunately killed all my drones now. But because the Ferox does have an optimal bonus with null, I am getting the occasional hit in, as you'll see. I'm getting like 77, 82, like one of my guns is hitting, you know, maybe I have a 15% chance to hit him or something like that, and it's actually wearing him down enough. And also he got a bit greedy, I think, because he realised that I almost got out then. So he came in a bit more closer, and now he's sort of panicking because he's going down, and he warps up. And he moves away outside my point range, and I'm able to warp off. Unfortunately, I warped to the planet 0. I wish I could end the video here, and it would look awesome. But the Gamma does actually end up following me, and I do die. Unfortunately. Escaping with 3% hull is awesome if you can pull it off. But this guy does a good job at following the planet. What I should have done is I probably should have chosen a moon as my celestial instead of the planet, and I did have time to do that. And as you can see, reinforcements come in at this point as well. There was also a Drake on scan, and local went up a lot. So but it was a pretty fun fight. I killed a vagabond. My ship had cost 28 million after insurance. And I probably could have survived if I warped out to the moon instead of the planet. Well, I would have survived. I would have been camped in by like 10 guys, but I would have survived. And this is another fight. The context of this fight was actually I just undocked from the same station. I warped to a gate, and there's an Eris on the gate with me, and there's also a lot of people in local. So what I'm doing is I'm just warping, jumping through. I want to try and put as much distance between that system as I can, because I don't know what the locals are in. I did a line there for a brief while to see if maybe the Eris would follow me and just try and like suicide tackle me. But then you see the Eris actually jumped in, as well as another guy, and I don't know what the other guy's in yet. And you see there's actually a worm coming for me now. And also local goes up again, so I know that there's a gang chasing me, and the worm actually lands on the gate with me. And then local goes up by 3, so we know that there's a quite a big gang following me. So what I do first of all is was hoping that would happen is that the worm would try and engage me. Maybe I should have held my cloak, but if I do that, he can hold his cloak as well. But this worm is actually a damp disruptor fit worm, which is sort of like a kiting thing, and I can't really do anything to him. So I decided that I'm just going to go back to the gate instead, and I'll see what the other people have. And you can, when you see a ship like this with damps and disruptor, it's pretty specialized. And I jump onto the other side and I see an Ares. So I assume that all of the an Icarus, and I assume all of these people are like long range fit. And the Hawk actually has light missiles as well. And the Vex Navy here is also a kiting sort of fit. So what I do is I just try and all in on the Ares. I know if I go and jump, there'll be a worm and a Deimos on the other side. I don't think I could have really split this up as much as I could. If there wasn't a Deimos on this side, I would have just tried to all in the Vex Navy issue straight away. But I am able to just all in this Ares, and this is actually still good for me, because my Ferox is only 25 million after insurance. But that Ares cost like 50 million for the hull and fitting. So even though I'm getting completely ganked here, I'm still coming up ahead. And I tried to go on the Hawk. This is the only thing I could have realistically killed as well. Everything else had MWD'd away, and I'm not going to kill the Deimos in time. But I was able to kill an Ares despite it being 6 versus 1 with another 1 on the other side. And just troll these guys a bit, and then I die again. but that's fine because I have a supply of Feroxes. So I get another Ferox, and I decide to go into Fade instead this time. So to talk about a bit about this, I went into this system in Fade, and like 7 or 8 people follow me, and I notice it's the same guys from the earlier fight where I had with the Vagabond. It's the like reinforcements that came in from the Vagabond Garma Tengu fight. And I'm just sort of chilling at a planet right now, and then a hawk comes in at range, and sort of see what's on scan, and I notice that there's a eagle and another hawk coming in, and I'm aligned to a moon. I probably should have aligned to another celestial where there was a cluster of things, and I could have maybe split them up better. I also probably should have gone for a gate, sort of hanging around at a planet just to try and find where everything was, and they ended up using directional scanners, which is quite rare actually. Not many people actually know how to use directional scanner. At least people who usually just blob people. Anyway, so I warped to a moon, and I tried to align to another moon, but and I possibly could have warped off here, but actually the eagle and all the hawks actually come into point range. I could have warped off there, which maybe I should have done, but I thought I could maybe just all in the eagle if I was able to get on top of it. But I get scrammed and webbed just outside of range, and the eagle starts moving away from me. And I probably could have gotten on top of the eagle. It is a rail eagle, but it does have resistances to me, and I'm scrammed and webbed by the other things. So I think it potentially could have just moved out of range of me, even if I did have a scram and web on it. So I decided to go for a hawk instead, and I switched on to the eagle briefly. I probably could have killed him because he didn't have a decent tank if I just went on him initially. It's a mistake from me. So what I do is I realise I'm going to die here because there's a Vindicator on grid now, and also a Hound and Ishtar, and also local went up by 7. So I know I'm going to get completely ganked here. But I noticed that one of the hawks, for some reason, is orbiting me at 5 kilometers. So I know that my blasters are going to be able to track him perfectly because of where he's trying to orbit. So I'm able to get apply all my damage to that one hawk and kill him. Also, that hawk has a scram and web on, has the only well, it's one of 2 tacklers on me. Nothing else has tackle. So my objective here really is to try and kill the tacklers. This, unfortunately for me, this other hawk is much closer, and now the Vindicator's MWD'd and got a point on me, and then I end up going down. But killing a hawk in a Ferox still pretty good. Like similar loss value to my ship, despite there being so many of them. Definitely a lot of mistakes I made there. Should whenever you're sort of chilling in a warpable celestial, you should always align to a cluster of objects. I think if I was able to split up that gang better using a Stargate, then I probably could have killed that eagle. I mean, the Vindicator would make it very hard to approach, but at least I could maybe like get the eagle alone, because they had quite a few tacklers as well. Like if the Vindicator was aggressed, or one of the hawks was aggressive on one side of the gate, I could have easily just killed the hawk and got away. This is another fight with the same guys. I came back again because I thought maybe I could kill the eagle if I could split it up. But on the way there was an Eris and a Harpy here. So naturally what I want to do is just all in the Eris straight away, because it's a very expensive ship, and also it does the most damage right now. But local's going up a lot. You know, flying a Ferox is a magnet for people to come and fight you. So I'm able to kill the Eris, which means that I've killed more than what my ship is worth, and more stuff is coming in. I am scrammed here, so I can't really get away. And I don't really know where the enemy ships are coming from. I think they're jumping into me. But right now I'm sort of just aligning out and trying to fight, kill this harpy, because if I could kill it I could turn my MWD on and try and get out. But unfortunately a curse decloaks at this point, and that's pretty much the end game for me. I could have killed the harpy maybe. I am getting reasonably good hits on him. And I was debating whether or not to just approach the curse and try and all in him. Because a lot of curses are badly fit with no tank, and you can sometimes just kill them in 10 seconds. But at this point I just then end up getting jammed by this by the drones from the curse. And that's the end of it. I could have maybe killed the harpy, but by that time I would have no cap, so I wouldn't be able to Microwarpdrive away. And this curse actually has a scram, a web, and a point, so it's probably badly fit. I wish I went on the curse as soon as it decloaked. Anyway, I lose my Ferox again, and I do kill a Ares for that though, so it was kind of worth it. So the context of this is that I went roaming again to Venal. Well, I was roaming to Declan up the Venal side because I didn't want to feed another kill to them, and I ended up getting camped in by about 12 people. And I decided to wait it out for a bit in a safe spot. Then I came back to Eve about half an hour later, and these people were still in local, so they were still camping me after half an hour. They had Cursed Proteus, 2 Vagabonds, Hurricane, Signable. There was a Falcon briefly, but I don't think it was, maybe wasn't with their actual gang. And they had a Crow and some other stuff. But what the hostiles have done, I think, is they've removed a lot of things from local, and what they do is they put like 2 ships on every gate. But this is actually really good for me, because this means that I can get alone time with 2 of the ships before the rest of the gang can come in. So I decided to jump this way because this is the way back to Tribute, so this will be the way home for me. And I knew that the Hurricane was on a different gate before. So anyway, I jump into this system and there's 2 Vagabonds here, which is perfect for me, so I can just try and all in one of the Vagabonds. Especially these Disruptor long range Vagabonds. They're something that you can kill pretty well if you can just catch them on a gate like this. That's what I was trying to do earlier with the Vagabond and the Garma, is just wait for one of them to just get lazy and just try and point me to try and prevent me from escaping. And by doing that I'm able to just get on top of him straight away and start the fight how I want the fight to start. So I'm able to start this fight on this Vagabond, and I'm able to hit him with my antimatter for pretty good damage. This is also one of the strengths of the Ferox, is a lot of people underestimate the Ferox. It actually has pretty high raw damage potential. It's not as high as a Brutix, obviously, and I think if I fit a Brutix in a similar way, maybe with 1 large shield extender than a medium auxiliary, it probably would be better than this Ferox. And like I said, I'm not entirely happy with the fit, but I am able to kill a Vagabond before I'm able to. And right now, all I'm doing is trying to escape. Local did go up by 2, so 2 people from that gang came in. And lucky for me, that previous system I was in was really large, so all the other people who were on the other gates were really far away. And unfortunately, the Curse decloaks now, and he disrupts me, and I think his drones finish me off. If I overheat my cycle a bit quicker there, maybe I could have actually got away, because I died 24 kilometers from the Vagabond, which is really annoying. So that was really close from getting out. Anyway, I hope you like this video. Like I said, I'm not entirely happy with the fit, but I thought getting some battlecruiser content, even if it means me dying repeatedly, would be worth it. Thanks for watching.